How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, where the Packers lose their second straight overtime game by a field goal, 23-20 to the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. And the Packers are now 3-3, a 500 team, and one struggling with injuries, with inconsistent play offensively, and with a little bit of bad luck, too. The penalty called on Robert Francois on a Dolphins punt. He's ruled to have been within the 1 yard of the long snapper, so it wipes out what would have been a change of possession. The Dolphins get the ball back, go down and score the go-ahead touchdown and make it 20-13. Now, Aaron Rodgers leads the Packers back. They get the touchdown to tie the game, ends up sending it to overtime. But again, the Packers lose a very close game. They are now 1-11 in such games decided by 4 points or less since Aaron Rodgers took over as the starting quarterback. I'm not saying it's all on him, but clearly they have not been able to win the close games since the start of the 2008 season. I thought overall the defense today played pretty well, all things considered. Certainly the Dolphins went down the field on them on the very first possession. Brandon Marshall looked like he was going to set a team record or an NFL record for most receptions in a game. He had 7 for 102 yards by the 2-minute warning of the first half. But they obviously settled down and got things together defensively in terms of corralling him. But still, they're not able to do enough, and that was what a lot of the guys talked about in the locker room. They're not here to keep them close or keep the team in games. They have to win games, and obviously the defense didn't play well enough to do that. But I think this traces to the offense. They are clearly a dysfunctional unit right now. They can't quite seem to find a rhythm. Mike McCarthy talked about it after the game. Aaron Rodgers talked about it after the game. That has to be a big concern because this was a team that came out of the preseason looking like world beaters offensively. It was one of the reasons why there was such a big feeling about this team being a Super Bowl caliber team because of what they are able to do offensively. And the reality is that in the passing game, yes, they've lost Jermichael Finley, probably for the season, at least for 8 to 10 weeks. But this is an offense that was pretty prolific even before he emerged last season. And with their wide receiver core, the feeling is that they should be more productive than they've been. But in my opinion, this goes back to their lack of running game. They miss Ryan Grant. Brandon Jackson has had a few moments. Folks love to yell John Kuhn's name. But I really do think that defenses don't have to respect their running game. And I think that is one of the reasons why they've been so dysfunctional. They've also been very bad on third downs. 2 for 13 last week in Washington, 3 for 13 today. That kind of conversion rate, 5 out of 26, is not going to cut it. That explains a lot. Aaron Rodgers also taking a beating. He had 5 sacks today. He had 2 chipped teeth. It was not a good day for him either. So the reality is that, though, of all this stuff, all the negative stuff, they're playing with a bunch of injured guys on the sideline, Clay Matthews, etc., etc. They're still 3-3. And they're still in the thick of the division race. The Bears lose at home to Seattle today, so they're 4-2. The Vikings get a big win at home against the equally troubled Dallas Cowboys, but that team is now 2-3 as they come into Lambeau here next week. So even though the Packers can't be happy with the way they're playing or the number of injuries they have on their roster, they're still in the mix in the division. That'll do it from here. We will check in with you again next week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.